All right, we recording. So welcome everybody. This is episode 9 of 15 minutes or less. I always say 15 minutes or less is just about the people, for the people, by the people. And one of my favorite peoples, my Windsor Elementary classmate and Richard Northeast classmate. We
Yes,
have Trevor Biggz Ashford on. What's going on, man?
man, not much. What's going on,
Shoot, man, I see you the jack of all trades, bro.
man? Yeah, I'm trying to be,
You jack of all trades. You got TV shows, you got podcasts, you got comedy.
man. I'm trying to accomplish it all while I'm here, man.
Yeah, we only got one life, so we got to make the best of it, right?
Yeah, facts.
Shoot, man. Well, what's I see you got your podcast that just started. I know like I just said, you got your comedy stuff going on. You don't dabble in acting. What kind of inspired you you know, to become an entertainer?
Inspired me to be an entertainer. Boy,
That's what you are,
third
man.
grade.
I mean, come on. You
Yeah,
see them, you see
yeah,
what you
third.
do on Facebook?
Yeah, third grade. That's what got the ball rolling, really. Um, I was at Swansea Elementary in the third grade in the sticks,
Mhm.
and my teacher was like, yo, I want to throw on like a production, like a play, and it's gonna be like the Charlie Brown play.
Yeah.
And I was chosen to play Charlie Brown. Ever since then, like I just had that itch for acting.
Yeah.
And that's what really got me started.
I mean,
So
because and even like with your comedy stuff, man, you really like made a lot of progress. Your routines has always been funny, but you made
yeah,
like a lot of progress with like just your material and your connections, and you've been making some moves. So, you
most
know,
definitely.
what's kind of we talked about you being an entertainer, but like what about like the comedy side? Because that's to me, that's like your number one thing. That's what people
Okay.
know you as with Bigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With comedy, I don't know what, because I've always been the funny guy.
Yeah.
Um, this is like in school, and it never like dawned on me like, hey, you should be a stand-up comedian. Like I never even dreamed of being a stand-up comedian because I didn't know the art behind it. I just knew
Yeah.
people got on stage, was telling jokes, and was funny. Um, until one day, the comedy house was having a talent contest called Columbia's Got Talent.
Hmm.
I got on stage and did that for the first time like in 2015. And ever since then I like caught the bug for being on stage doing stand up. Um and that's what really got me really going.
One
So
thing like my dad was telling me about some comedy routine where this guy he didn't know he was being wined and dined on a date with another guy. He just thought he was just going out. The guy asked him,
yeah.
you know, hey, you want to go to the Lakers game or something like that. And the guy went, he ain't think nothing of it. And next thing he inviting him upstairs and he was like, what was this, like is your routines like apparently that story was a real story, but he made it into a routine. So like
Yeah.
are your I always wonder, like just in general, are routines real life or is it inspiration? Like what's yours?
With me, my stories are really real life. And sometimes I'll just go off of like just the environment I'm in, like
Yeah.
knowing that I will have a go-to set.
Hmm.
But sometimes I'm taken off guard by the place I'm in, and that becomes like part of my joke, like or what goes on while I'm in that city. So,
Hmm.
but real life mostly.
Real life. Okay.
Yeah,
And I also wonder too, just as with any type of grind, like it's never as glamorous as anybody thinks.
true.
And you've been doing comedy for a minute, and I wonder, like, do you always feel like you always had support? Do you like look back on it like, yeah, I remember when y'all wasn't really like watching my stuff on Facebook, and now everybody knows you as the comedy guy, and now you're making those moves. I
Yeah.
wonder, like, have you ever like went through some stuff like that too? Just that grind and just feeling like, do people really like mess with what I'm doing? Even feeling like you probably want to quit.
Yeah, I never really got to the point where I felt like I want to quit. But as far as support goes, I feel like I've always had that support. From people here.
Mhm. For
They say
sure.
you can't really get love in your city, but I get it. I
For
get it.
sure.
And I love it. I love all the support I get. Like people are very supportive, especially if they like you.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like I'm a very likable person. Minus the comedy. So
You know, one person I always feel like supports, like one of our classmates that always supports us. I was just talking to him the other day. My boy Devin.
always,
Always. I'm about to I'm gonna shout him out. I'm gonna text him. You know, I talked to him on Facebook Messenger. I'm like, bro, I shouted you out on the podcast, but he's always shown support, whether it was for me, but definitely I've always seen it for you. And so just to
yeah,
always have like, you know, your city behind you, I know that just makes you feel like, you know, I can just branch out not only from Columbia, but I can go to Atlanta and I can go to Charlotte and
yeah,
I can go other places. Because you know, you got your city behind you, you
yep.
know?
But
Yeah.
he always show love. Matter of fact, he
Always.
jumped in my inbox yesterday with some love. So
Yeah, that's my
he
boy, man. I love Devin.
always,
For
yeah,
sure, man, for sure. So, and I see, you know, I told you, jack of all trades, you know, you don't jump into podcasting. And my thing was like, I know for me, my parents always say like I like to talk. You know, I've always
yeah,
hear people tell me like I'm a people person. So, you know, that's why I did. I'm not trying to get rich off of this. I just do this because people watch it and people hit me and they be like, hey, I love this guest that was on the show or
yeah.
whatever,
Facts.
you know, and just being a plug. So I guess, you know, what was your, you know, inspiration to, you know, do a podcast and
Believe it
have
or
it?
not,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I didn't like. I've always had that thing of podcasts are cool because I like listening to them. I like watching them on YouTube. Never thought about starting a podcast
Yeah.
until my co-host Amber McDonald, y'all
Yeah.
probably know as Amber Nashe, she
Yeah. I
hit
remember
me up
Amber.
and she was like, "Yo, I want to do a podcast with you." And I was like, "He's on with me? Like, you want to do a podcast with me?"
And what's
He's
funny
like,
is
"Yeah,
like I was gonna say, like, I know you through Kyle, you know, you through his podcast.
yeah,
And Kyle, I was talking to him, you know, he's manager at Food Lion, and he was like, Brad, man, I got this, that, and the third going, just just talk with me, just let
yeah,
me, let you know what I got going on. And Kyle's always one of those people where, when he wants to do something, he always does it. So just to see that he got it out there, he don't got you down on the lineup, man, that's
yeah."
a big blessing, you know?
It is. It is. Like when he told me, I was just like, "Oh, okay, we can do this."
Hmm.
Um, I was down when he told me from day one, and when Amber was like, "Yeah, yeah, I want to do a podcast with you," I was on that too because for one, I know me and Amber we got like a good relationship,
Yeah.
good friendship. So I was just like, "Yeah, we can definitely do that." I think our chemistry will definitely, you know, gravitate like pull the people in.
Yeah.
So we hopped on it and we should be starting like a couple weeks, I want to say.
Word.
So yeah, we should pretty good.
Do you have a direction, or do y'all have a direction that y'all want to go in, or y'all just trying to freestyle it?
She said basically she wants to talk about any and everything. So I'm with that. Like we can talk about comedy, life, don't really matter.
Hmm.
But just as long as it's structured. I hate that she's not here.
Yeah, I would have loved to have her
Basically,
on.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so basically, shooting the breeze or pretty much just
That's the name of
dialogue.
it.
Nah, it's called Welcome to the Party. Like
Welcome to the
it's a play
party.
on party. Yeah, party.
Oh, welcome to the party. Who came up with that?
Yeah. I
Who came?
did.
You did, off the
Yeah.
top.
Off
But
the
you know what?
top.
I think that's great that that you're doing that, because I think South Carolina is just known as just state in the South. Probably come to mind
Yeah.
is a bunch of country people, or that is a racist state. But we
Yeah.
got a lot of talented people, well versed people, a lot of knowledgeable
We
people,
do.
and just to get them on a platform that's gonna help. We got those
Yeah.
people. I was showing my mom and my dad when I went over to their house. I was showing them, the video with Charlamagne the God and Buffy the Body.
Okay.
You know the radio have you ever heard that radio interview with them when Charlamagne?
I think I
Oh
heard it
man,
like I probably have to re-listen.
Charlamagne was on one. But I was telling them, like, I remember listening to Charlamagne when he was on Hot 103.9. And the way he act
Yeah.
now is how he acted back then. He was antagonistic. He didn't care. And but Charlamagne was here in South Carolina, but we got a lot of other
Yeah.
people that can make it. So I guess that's some of y'all plan is like to showcase these people out here, huh?
Most definitely.
Yeah. So you said it'll start in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, I got a couple more questions for you. I normally call you Trevor, but I'll call you
You
Biggz
good?
too. You
Yeah.
know, um, with everything that you got going on, like if you do you think you have any type of advice or just words of wisdom for anybody that's trying to break through in the entertainment forum, whether it's comedy or acting or writing scripts or trying to do a podcast. Like I said, I've
Yeah.
seen your rise, so I wonder if you had anything that just some words of wisdom.
Yeah, most definitely. Just you gotta have tough skin.
Okay.
Um, Stay consistent. That's definitely key. Consistency is key with any kind of entertainment business because especially in this day and age, everything is so microwavable.
Right.
And if you don't produce quick enough, people are gonna forget you. So
Wow.
yeah.
No wonder you be so quick with the memes and the statuses, huh?
Yeah, I quick with the memes and the statuses. There's a lot of people telling me I need to get back on the skit, but the thing about it with the skits, like you got to be
I
original.
think so. I think so too. Your skits are funny.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
The originality it takes time because everything has been done before, and
Mm.
I don't want to be a biter. Absolutely hate feeling like I'm biting somebody's thing because I don't want to take it and make it better. I want to make my own. Like
But yeah, and I was gonna say you're still Biggz though. Like you're your own brand, and like I
yeah,
always remind my mom, you know, the power of the brand. My mom, I tell her about Donald Trump. I like Donald Trump's brand is to be antagonistic, is to cause
yep,
controversy. That's his brand. That's what he does. And so for you, your brand is your brand. You're Biggz. You do
most
the
definitely.
memes, you do the skits. So, when people say that though, Trevor, like they got a point. They
They
got a
do,
point
they
because
do.
your stuff is funny. And I never looked at it as biting, you know.
Yeah,
I look at it as that's just you. That's your thing, and you're very quick with it. Whether it's the
yeah.
memes or the
I try
stat.
to be.
Because I'm like, Trevor is wilding today. Sometimes I look at this, I'm like, this man is wilding. Stuff he's
I think so
saying.
too. Like, Facebook thinks the same too. That's why they put me in Facebook jail.
They put you in Facebook jail?
I've been multiple times. Like I'm like a repeat offender. So
Oh my goodness.
like I'm up to like a month max every time I go now.
Wow. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to
Yes.
come up with some stuff that's gonna make sure you stay out of Facebook jail so you can keep feeding the people.
Well, we got to make sure people stop doing ignorant things.
I don't know. If they
I was
them,
almost, I was almost certain I was gonna be gone. Like when they was storming the Capitol, I was like, yeah, I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back.
well, well, Trevor, I'm not gonna keep you long, man. This is it. That's all I got. Unless you got anything else you would like to say.
Man, I do appreciate you, bro. This is like an honor to be here, bro.
No, yeah, man. Use numero uno on my list. I just had to run through everyone else because I think you hit me
Yeah,
about it anyways. But I said I
yeah,
definitely gotta get you on. That's why I reached out. So, but
yeah. I appreciate that.
let us know um when the podcast drops. And it said,
Got you.
"Welcome to the pod D. Welcome
Yeah,
to the
welcome to the
pod D.
party.
Welcome
Yep.
to the party." Okay. All right. Well, Trev, thanks for coming on. Thank you for being the ninth
No,
guest. I appreciate you.
appreciate you, man.
Yep. And best of luck. And I think 2021 is definitely your year.
All right, man. I appreciate that for real.
For sure. For sure. All right, man. I appreciate you.